there, it's Michelle Taberge again, and something came up recently that I thought might be helpful for some of you, so I wanted to share in a brief video. And that is, a friend came by with her two granddaughters to visit the studio, and she said they wanted to know how to make an abstract painting. And if I'm teaching a class, I might give a specific assignment on an abstract painting assignment, but how you make an abstract painting is how you make any painting. And you might want to refer to my How to Start a Painting video for more thoughts on that. But basically, we're getting into just sort of the nuts and bolts of the creative process. So abstract, representational, whatever you're interested in working, there's not a specific way to start a painting, or there's not a quick answer to that specifically, but I think what it's about really is just surrendering to the process of creativity. And I know that sounds incredibly vague and cliched, so let's give you a little analogy. This is what I wanted to share because I thought about it a few days later, and I explained how my process of working abstractly had evolved over a long period of time, and really it's just a thread of creativity. And I do talk more about that in my Unfolding of a Painting series. I have 40 or 39 episodes of that, so you can check that playlist out for more detail on that. But when I thought about it a couple days later, since they were children, I thought of the creative self, your imagination, your creativity, whatever you want to call it, that part of you that comes up with ideas that sometimes surprise and delight and astound you. I thought of equating it to a feral cat or a scared cat, I guess because I've worked a lot with feral cats over my life. And you have to be extremely patient with them, and you have to not startle them. You can't make loud noises, you can't yell at them, you can't mistreat them, because they'll just be gone. And I think of part of your creative self as being a little like that, like a little timid cat, so that it may have some little inklings of an idea, and if you shut it down too fast, it's gonna run, it's gonna dart away, and it's gonna stay in the shadows. It might not disappear completely, but it's going to stay until it knows it's safe to come out again. And that, in how that might translate into you in your own practice, might be, you have some wacky idea like, oh, why don't I, glue these Mardi Gras beads into my painting that I got, at a party the other night. I don't know, I'm just making this stuff up. Anyway, and then this voice comes in, it's like, what do you think you're doing? That's not, Picasso wouldn't do that, or, that's not legitimate, or, why would you think of something that sounds stupid? Those voices are like the part of us that's like chasing the cat away. And you have to just be patient and gentle. And you might say, well, when you hear that voice, just acknowledge it and feel what that feels like, because it usually feels pretty bad. And when you have voices or thoughts that are making you feel crappy, those are not thoughts that you want to entertain. So come up with a different thought. Perhaps, I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't want to do it on this painting because I feel precious about this painting, but why don't we try it on this piece of cardboard, and I'll do some experimentation or whatever. But basically, in order to serve your creative practice best, you have to have that gentle, loving kindness, the way you would to a scared cat. So if you could think of that creative part of you inside, it's almost like a little child, a little cat, or whatever you want to think, whatever analogy helps you. But I think it's important to remember and to know that you can't go like pounding around, stomping around mentally, verbally, thought-wise, and expect creative ideas to emerge from that. You have to have a sensitivity, you have to be open, you have to be willing to try something that may at first feel uncomfortable or unusual. And so in that way, just be kind to that part of you that's giving you the ideas, because they may seem far out or weird or preposterous or not achievable at first, but that it's, and the first idea may not be a great idea, it might not be your best idea, but you must welcome and encourage it and be loving with it for it to keep bringing you more ideas. So I don't know if that helps. It's just thinking of your creativity as like a frightened cat. Let me know. And if you have any other tips on being creative, on making something new, something that's not what you've been comfortable with, or I know a lot of the people who follow this channel, maybe they've taken classes, but they want to do their own work. And I think that's what this is about, sort of transitioning to finding your own creative voice. So if you have some tips or ideas, please share them in the comments. We'd love to have a conversation. I mean, that's what this is really all about, is just to stimulate conversation, to have everyone support each other and share ideas. So I'm wishing you all the best. Have a beautiful, creative day.